magic, building better bots. Message checker flow, yeah, we connect the dots. Detect every type, never out of clutch. Chatbots on deck, making moves, no rush. CBB Nation, we're always on the grind. Flow smooth as silk, designing in our mind. Automation king, hustling on the line. Check the real deal, one chat at a time. Message checker flow, watch the money stack. CBB Nation here, ain't no looking back. Bots got the game, we run the whole track. Counting all the wins, and that's a fact. Building better bots, making better money. CBB Nation, always looking sunny. In the tech game, we the top tier kin. Message checker flow, let's get it in. Flow builder slick like it's ice in the shade. Crafting every convo, in the game we wait. Ease of control, yeah, it's tailor made. Message checker flow, our text serenade. Message checker flow, watch the money stack. CBB Nation here, ain't no looking back. Bots got the game, we run the whole track. Counting all the wins, and that's a
fact. That's a fact, I said. CBB Nation. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. What's going on? It's going down or going up on a Tuesday, as they say. What's going on, CBB Nation? Just had a nice call with a fun agency that they're doing some big things with the assistant. You got Charles Mack in the building. What's going on, Charles? And Mir, what's up? We've got Denise, got all the fun people. Canada in the house, that's right. From Atlanta to Canada. Do y'all see that? From Atlanta to Canada. We're doing this thing. Totally off script, right, Asta? All the way to Fiji. Look at that. Atlanta to Canada to Fiji. We're rolling deep, as they say. Well, I'm going to get right to it because I know it's a school night for those that are dealing with that. Thankfully, my little one doesn't have school just yet. The daycare, those are the real days. What's going on, John? Good to see you. This is one of our OGs here. We got to have you on the pod one day, man. Today, I'm going to talk about something I think a lot of people are going to benefit from, and we'll be able to chop this thing down, and I won't go very long tonight. That I'm actually going to stick to tonight. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen after I say what's up to James. What's up, yo, yo. That's how I talk to all my bots. Yo, what up, bot? Right? So we're going to get down to this thing. Today, we're going to talk about a very important flow called the message checker flow. Essentially, this was an idea that we thought of well over a year ago, and I think it's one of our most popular videos. I referenced it during the Swarm video that we did recently. What's going Nasty's up in here? What's going on? I got to pause the show for the real Ryan, who has just made his way into the chat. What's going on, homie? You'll know about this flow, Ryan, but not a lot of people understand it well. It's called the message checker, but it's based on the multi-demo bot that we did like a year ago at this point. And it's essentially routing the bot to respond in a routine, as OpenAI likes to call it, or a workflow, a flow, or an agent. And you can use AI. You can use more rule-based conditions. I'll show you both ways. And I also saw some things in the chat, not the chat, the Facebook group. We'll look at what happens when you want your bot to send multiple messages in a row or receive multiple messages in a row and then respond with only one. I'll show you how to do that too, because it's more of a complex idea, but the solution is pretty simple. And so that's what we're going to name this demo, Simple Bot. So when you create your account, you're going to have a nice little dashboard like this. You'll be able to use dark mode, light mode. You have a very handy assistant here. Answers a lot of your problems. I might show the assistant API too, because this has just gotten so much better than when it was first introduced. And it's related to our documentation here. What I think I might show you how to do, depending on our time and how fast I get through this flow, I might show you how to use the assistant API to like do something like pull all of our documentation in real time and use that in our assistant as a file, like a G would. So anyways, we're going to go into our flows. And so you're going to have two flows here that are not in folders. There's a reason for that. These are the two that I want you to pay attention to because they're critical to master. They're very simple once you have understanding on how things will work. It'll just make sense, I hope. But you got a welcome message and a default reply. What we're going to do first is go to the special folder because you are special. We're going to go here to the message checker flow. Yes, we do have a grid now. This was by request and almost like a challenge. And I was like, I can do this like in 20 minutes, man. But we have a nice little grid now. You can navigate the grid with your keyboard key strokes. So by clicking on Control and G, you're able to hide the grid. Control G will show the grid and say, well, Ryan, I don't like your choice in the size of squares, bro. You have bad taste. That's cool. What you can do is you can hit Control Shift G, and you'll have the ability to toggle the control how you want and make the squares bigger, as big as you want. You are in control, friend. So this is a new feature that we just introduced, but this is the message checker flow. Let me explain the logic behind this. In order to test a flow, in general, you're going to have to send a message. And so when we are really looking at this flow, this step, send any type of message, please, this really is not needed in the real world. This is just to allow you to test the flow that we've created for you to be able to route a message that is sent no matter what the type is or even the channel, okay? In this case, we're focused on the type of message. You could just as easily condition things, route things based on the channel. The one case we have done this is with the voice channel here, but we might change that anyways, but I'll explain the logic. But in this case, what really in the wild, the way you would run this is your starting step. You're not worried about this because this is going to be taken care of through the next step. Like you don't need this. This is when someone's passed your welcome message and now they've messaged your bot for the first time. The first time someone messages your bot, that is not your welcome message. The first time someone messages your bot, it's going to hit the default reply unless you've specified it to do something different. And you're taking a more rule-based approach versus an AI approach, which is totally fine. But in this case, if you want to be able to handle every single type of message, text-based, image-based, voice, audio, voice, video file, even if your bot cannot understand the video contents or the file contents in some cases, you can still account for that message to be received. As you can see here, it says, you sent a video. Okay, this is not what you would say in the real world. And I think this is what confuses people, unfortunately. This is just showing you that the bot understands the type of message that was sent. So this, in this case, it would be video. You might want to have your bot say, sorry, we don't understand video just yet, unless you're going to plug into an API that would. Like Google has an API that will do this, but it's not very good yet. It will be. Anyways, but in order for us to test this, we do need to have a place to start. So while we wouldn't have this as the starting step in the real world, in this case, to test the thing, we got to have something. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to take a screenshot of my screen here, and I'm going to just grab that. I'm going to hit publish here, and then I will play this thing here. Let's see. I will just go here and here. Okay. Send any type of message, please. So here I'll just be like, hello, who is this? Hello, who is this? And it'll say, this is a text. Okay, you guys see that? This is a text. So if I refresh it, I'm going to restart this flow. It's going to ask me the same thing. And this time I'm going to send the screenshot that I just took, right? So here's the screenshot. Send. You sent an image. So we're understanding that our bot understands the type of message it just received because it confirmed that with us. That's what the message really is meant to be, as a confirmation. Okay, so it's a confirmation. The next thing that I will do here is I will say, let's go ahead and kick it up a notch and define what we actually want the things to do. So let's do this. I'm going to move up a little bit here, and I'm going to connect the last input type text. I'm going to delete this guy. And instead, I'm going to start a flow. And so here, what I'll do is I'll say this will be text default. Text default. Okay. So if the last user input type is text, I'm going to route this to this block, which I'm going to select the flow that this will route to. Here, let me back out. I've zoomed in so much to try to help you guys see. I'm going to hit publish here and refresh. So here, nothing is selected. We'll change that, and we're going to go to the default reply. And look, we've got 3 default replies made for you. A regular default reply, which is the one that's on your main flows page, the welcome and the default. One that is meant for audio, meaning the output is going to be on audio file. You're going to be able to hear it. And then the last one is just by request here. It's with a timer. And so if the user doesn't respond in a certain amount of time, the bot can take the next action. In a lot of cases, that could be in the conversations in the AI summary. But in this case, we're just going to use the default reply, the standard. And so what's happening here is I'm going to go ahead and I guess we'll keep this for now. But this is going to be the first step. We're going to send our message, and then it's going to route the message based on the type. So if it's text, it's just going to go to the standard default reply flow. So next is audio. I'm going to delete this guy, and instead I'm going to start a flow, connect. And if it's an audio file, voice channel, or last input is voice channel, anything to do with audio. Okay, I'm going to make sure that this now is going to be an audio default. Oops. Audio default. Cool. So I'll click here and we'll assign the flow. We've already got one for audio. Default reply audio, bam. Cool. Follow me so far? Next is an image. So this will be an interesting one. We may have to make an adjustment here to make it work perfectly, but hopefully it all makes sense. We deleted the message that just says, hey, you send an image. And instead, we're just going to connect here. Image, default. And hit save. So video, we don't handle videos natively yet, so we can just tell them that. In this case, I could just be like, I see you sent a video file. I'll be sure to alert an admin to take a look and get back to you ASAP. And so to like make this meaningful, and we can do the same thing with the file actually. Let's just do that. Copy. So if they sent a file or a video, because our bot, unless we do extra work, it's not going to understand the contents of either one of those objects. So here we'll just say, since I see you sent a file, I'll be sure to alert an admin to take a look and get back with you. That's fine. And so in this case, what we can do, we'll add one little action. We'll connect both of these blocks to an action that says video or file was sent by user. Because I like to name my stuff. Good practice, best practices, what we're after here. Here's our action, and it's going to be to notify the admin. I'm going to be the only admin of this brand new account, and I'll just say something like, the user sent your bot a video or a file. Please review it and get back with them. Great. And then, maybe after we've received that, we might even want to like pause the conversation. So we could be making another action, inbox, and transfer the conversation to a human. We don't need to notify myself again because I notified myself previously. I could have saved myself a step. Okay, and so now it looks like we've accommodated everything except for the image flow. I missed that one, so we'll click here and go where I have an image analyzation flow already made for you that's just built on top of. So now we can see all of the different routes have a place to go. And we've done no work. Try to do this in any other platform, and you're gonna spend hours, okay, to just try to get even close. And you're probably gonna have to use multiple systems to even make the thing work. Where we just make it work, baby. This is how we do it. So let's just test this thing out. First, I do want to see. Let's look what happens. We already kind of know what the default reply is going to be. We can take a look at that. We should take a look at the audio and the image analyze image flow. Excuse me. When I click here, I'm going to be taken right to that flow. And so I see here it says, please upload your image. Well, if the user sent the bot an image, we don't need to say upload your image because you just did that. So what we'll do is we'll make this the starting step and delete this guy. I do want to make sure that we're going to reference the right thing. And so this has, or analyzing the image here. What we're analyzing is supposed to be here, uploaded image, but we don't necessarily have that yet. So what we'll do is this. We'll make one more step ahead. So we'll click action. And let's do this. We see the image cuff is uploaded image. All right. And we know already because the condition is routed the bot here. This is where you got to pay attention. Hopefully I do it right myself. We're going to take this action and we're going to rename it first. And we'll say, let's just say convert user's image because we know they sent an image. And so we'll say actions, set custom field, and it will be image, AI image, uploaded image. This is what we'll use. So the uploaded image is going to be the last input. Last input. So what we're doing here, we're going to take a cuff, a custom user field, a custom field called uploaded image. There's nothing in it right now. We already know because of the condition that the user, they didn't send text, they just sent an image. So the condition block that routes the message tells us, hey, this is an image. Because we know that, our first step in this flow is going to be taking this empty uploaded image custom field and setting it to the value of their last input, which is that image. Does that make sense? I know that was a mouthful. Hopefully it'll make sense once you see it. So this is the first step of the flow. We're converting the last input, which was an image, we know that, to uploaded image. So now we can connect this action to the following action, which is an OpenAI action, analyze the image. And what we're seeing here is OpenAI take the uploaded image, and the prompt is what's in the image. All right, and I'm going to be like, explain it in detail, then ask how you can help further as the official chatbot for Chatbot Builder AI. All right. So what's in this image? Explain it in detail, then ask how you can help further as the official chatbot for Chatbot Builder AI. We're using GPT-4o Mini, and we're saving the result in image analyst result. Continue. So essentially what's happening in this case, if this flow gets triggered, and then finally, we're displaying the answer here in this custom field, image analyst result, which is deriving from this block, image analyst result. So what's happening is the user is going to send a message, and it's going to not be text, it's an image. The condition routes that message to this flow. We're setting that custom field. That was the last input to upload an image, and it's getting analyzed, and then it's getting sent. Let's test it. Publish or publish, whichever you prefer. And we're going to go back into our flows here to the special folder. You go to message checker. Let's hit publish here, and let's try it out. So we can see, where's my image? And analyze image flow. That's what we're looking for. Let's refresh our bot here. Okay, and so it says send any type of image. I'm going to send the same image that I sent previously. So here's the screenshot of our flow builder. And let's see what we get. Hopefully that's sent there. It should be analyzing. Okay, cool. Look, the image displays a flow chart used in Chatbot Builder to manage different areas of messages. It's explaining the flow. Start node, request a message, check message type, text, audio, blah, blah, blah. The overall structure is designed to facilitate smooth interactions by categorizing user messages effectively. How else can I assist you? Fantastic. That's exactly what we wanted. And I can see, I should be able to see both of the images there. Cool. I think I just needed to refresh the other deal there with my browser, sharing my screen with you guys. So anyways, hopefully this gives you a much better idea of how to use this flow. So then we can look at the audio flow. So I can click here and go here. And in this case, I'm seeing text. So it's generating text first, and then it's generating text to speech, and then it's displaying or printing the audio. So look here, we're saying for the last input, your helpful assistant respond to all messages concisely in a friendly tone is the instruction. Last input. And so we're generating a reply. A default reply is what we're saving this in. So this is like you would do this like normal. So first we're generating the message that we want to send based on what the user just said. The next block is where the magic happens. This is going to be where you're choosing convert text to speech in your OpenAI action. And here is the AI default reply, which is from the previous step. So this is what's going to be said. Instead of it being typed and printed and shown to the user, that printed result is now going to be sent to be processed to go from text to become speech. And in this case, we've chosen Nova, and we're saving the audio file in the cuff AI default reply audio. So we're going from AI default reply to AI default audio, AI default audio. Continue. And so last but not least, I do have this information here that nobody reads, but hopefully you'll listen. This is also the easiest way to just use 11 Labs with your chatbot. All you would do is you would switch this action with an 11 Labs action. If I was integrated with 11 Labs right now, I'd just paste in my key, and I'd be able to switch from OpenAI to 11 Labs. I wouldn't need this step. And then lastly, we have the actual audio file, and it looks like this. You hit add content, file, and what does this say? Audio, baby. Boom. And they're going to be like, well, how do I get the file, Ryan? You're going to insert that link, and the link is the custom field. So in this case, it's AI default audio. See? So that it looks like it's working perfect. Let's test it. We should be able to test it right now, actually. So I'm going to just be like, hey, I just wanted to check, do you know what I'm saying? And if you understand, tell me in a freestyle rhyming rap song. All right, so there's my audio, 11 seconds worth of audio. And it's now taking that response, generating text. So I hear it on my end, but I know you don't hear it. And I'm not smart enough to figure out the best way to like make it make you hear it at the same time I hear it. Hopefully my phone's not gonna die. What I'll do is I've got it on my phone. I know you Android people don't know anything about the best phone technology out there, but in the iPhone world, we have this thing called AirDrop. I'm just kidding. People are gonna get me for that one. I'm opening up the deal here right now. Let's see. Let's see. This should be it here. I think. Here I am talking all that smack about how great iPhones are, and I can't make this part work. That would be funny. I think it'll work. Paste it and go. Boom. All right, sweet. So you see it on my screen moving because I moved to my phone. This is the response that I just got from my voice note to the chatbot.
Yo, I hear you loud and clear. Words flowing in my ear. You're checking in. That's real nice. I'll drop some rhymes, just roll the dice.
Ooh.
You want to know if I'm on the beat. Understanding vibes can't be beat, so here I am ready to play, spitting bars in a friendly way.
That's what I'm talking
Your
about.
message is clear. I'm on the grind. In this chat, we're intertwined, so let's keep it going. No need to pause. I'm here for you, just because.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Nova. You understand me. All right. So I think that gives us a really good idea of how the message checker flow. I'm going to check the chat. Does this make sense? What happens if it's a text message with a pic attachment? So in that case, it'll be the first thing that it receives, which most of the time in that case, it's going to be text. So they're going to see text and then they're going to see an image. But the way our system works, which is the thing that I'm going to, ouch, dude. The thing that I'm going to show next is like how to handle multiple messages in between a response, which just like ChatGPT, by default, your bot will respond to every single message that it sent. It'll process everything, even if it's a period or something. You can totally get out of that. We have a prompt change template for you free to use just for that. Yeah, it won't let you send text and a pic together. It'll always be one after the other until we graduate. Here's something that we got McNasty in here, but we got another Ryan. That's very important, and he's not here right now. But we were just talking about RCS messaging, which will be a thing that takes over very soon. And essentially, just like a messenger experience or just like Instagram experience where you got buttons, that is RCS. And that's like, I see Twilio pushing emails out already, which means this tells me that the big companies are already like starting to make moves to get the first to market people ready to make this transition for when SMS is discontinued, because that'll be a thing. Basically, the way that SMS works, simple messaging and MMS, I would assume both are just going to be completely replaced, more or less. That won't be a thing anymore that your phones do. Your phone won't be able to handle an SMS anymore eventually. So I think it has a good chance of happening next year, or at least at minimum, we'll find the date. Like here's a deadline where all the phone services and all the phone carriers change over from going from SMS to RCS, a rich content message, rich something message. Rich meaning it can do more things than just like the basic text or text or image. And this should bridge the gap between the crazy people that use Android and the normal people that use iPhone. Totally just kidding. I'm gonna get roasted. I know. Oh gosh, there's Wendy. She's gonna get me for messing with the iPhone. What up, Sean? What up, dude? What if we want? Yes, this is a great idea. This is one I've not. Man, I'm so glad you are here. This is probably one of the best questions that we've gotten in a long time, and it's one that I should have already taken care of. Preventing users from abusing the bot. We actually just did this for our own bot. If you haven't messaged our bot in a while, it'll ask you. And we're still making some changes on ours. We're doing a little revamp to just like optimize for the end of the year. But in this case, he's asking a very great question. If you are using your own tokens, this becomes more important. When you're using ours, it doesn't really matter so much because you're not paying for them anyways. But if you're using your own, especially if you're using an expensive LLM, that is going to be something that you really have to take care of. So watch. In this case, it's so fun and so easy to do. Let's cancel out of this guy. Let's come over here. So in this case, we could technically handle this right in the message checker flow ourselves. We could handle it here in the default reply. To make things easy, let's just go in the default reply. And so what we'll do here is we'll do two things. First, I'm going to make an action. I'm also going to make a condition. Okay, you can see my screen still. This is a great question. I think I'll start with a condition here, but the action will go, that'll be what I'll look at right here. So I'm going to click actions and I'll click set custom field. Set custom field. We're going to add new. There's going to be a number and I'm going to be like, we'll say turns. Conversational turns will be what this means. So we're going to set the number of turns, increase it by 1. Okay. So every time that this block gets passed through to respond, it's going to increase by 1. And so here I'm going to say, here's my condition. I'm going to give them some turns. I'll give them 3. So I'll say is greater than or equal to 3. What I'll do is, or I say less than or equal to 3. Either one of these, you could make it work. We'll say 3. Greater than, or it's just greater than. Let's do greater than or equal to. Yeah, that's what it does. Greater than or equal to 3. If it is, we'll go over here. And if it's not, we're going to go over here. And I'll go over here. And so I've got a route here. And I've got a route here. This is after they've gone over 3. This might not be totally your deal, but what you will see next, the original thing I was going to show, which was a Facebook group question, I'll take care of that one next. This is just something good to be able to fully control your bot until you can verify this is someone that should be talking to your bot or not, without having to do a lot of crazy steps in between. What we'll do here in this case is, as soon as it's greater than 3, equal to 3, or greater than 3, we'll just do something like this. Get user data, and we'll say, to continue, please confirm your email. All right. So they're going to give us the email. We'll force the email. Once they give us the email, you could do something like this. We'll click actions, and let's use tools here and generate a number. Let's generate it. We'll do numeric with a minimum and maximum number. So let's do something like the minimum will be 1,000, and maybe the highest will be 9999. All right, and the custom field we're going to save this to. Maybe so we've only got one. We need to create a custom field for this, so we could do that. We'll save it turns for now. It's fine because we'll make a new one right now. We'll do set custom field. We'll call this pin number. Number pin number. And so now I can go back here and select the correct custom field that I want, pin. So the pin number is going to be generated, okay? So what's your email? They're going to tell us the email. The next step here, generate a pin number. Let's name this something. Generate pin. All right, and so then what will happen? We need to send this pin to them, verify the email is correct. Well, as long as you've integrated your email, you can then send that sucker right over here. And we can say subject line, your pin is, and then just match it right there. Pin, copy. And we don't need a headline. We don't need an image. We could throw the text in right there. We don't even need a button really. So here's your pin, right? And so then they're going to be able to say, okay, tell us your pin. Get user data. Please confirm your pin number. So we're going to click edit, and we're going to make another new custom field. Users pin, right? This is what they sent to us. Users pin. And we'll make sure this is a number here. Oops, users pin. I need to make another one because I just made that wrong. Let's hit cancel actually. Cancel. Dadgummit. So I would have to make another one really quick. That's okay. So I've got a number here, and we'll say submitted pin. Submitted pin. This is what the user sent me. This is a number. Submit. And then what I could do is say, okay, great. You gave me your pin. Let's check and see if it's legit. So you move it on over here. Here's our condition. And what we're looking for here is pin. is exactly what it's going to be over here. Pin submitted pin. As long as these are going to be exactly the same because it's a pin number, 4 digits, same. Okay, and so then we could say, you're able to pass go now, maybe. And so default reply, I'm going to maybe come over here, duplicate this guy, or maybe I can just route it right back. So the pin is correct. So we can go here. Well, let's say you're all good. You are all set. And let's maybe tag them, because that could be for another condition to like deal with moving forward in the conversation. Confirmed. All right, cool. So he's been confirmed, and then maybe we will go. Let's just make a duplicate here. Pop it over here, and pop it over here. Boom. And what we could also do here is make one other condition that starts in the very front. This is becoming a monster looking flow. I don't usually make them like this, but sometimes there's a time and a place. And in this case, I just want you to see how things are working. So I'm going to drag this guy over here. And so the condition is going to be, are they tagged or not? So the tag is confirmed. So if they've already been confirmed, cool, they can rock over here. If they haven't, then they're going over here. So now this is the first step, and now we can see how this thing's looking. It's not so bad. There's a lot of ways I could consolidate the blocks, but I'm not worried about doing that in this case. What we are looking at is we want to start here, though. So it can make more chronological sense. So the first thing we're looking for is this is the default reply. Are they tagged confirmed? If they are, don't bother them. Just go right over here. And really, it's redundant. I don't even need to make these 2 steps. I could have used the prior, but it doesn't matter so much. In this case, it's going to just loop. It's going to generate the answer, send the answer, done. We're tagged. We're not messing around with email or asking any other questions. We're not worried about this deal here because you don't even see this condition related to how many turns has it been. If we're not tagged confirmed, then immediately we're going here. Greater than 3 or equals to 3. We're going to go here. If it's under 3, we just asked a couple questions. It's not even going to like bother them with the email because they're not bothering us. They're not so important. They've sent 2 messages. This is what that means. And so here, when it doesn't match this, we're increasing this by 1 until they get to 3. So increase by 1, generate the response, and the response. When they hit 3, all right, now give us your email. Thanks for the email. Here's your PIN number. We generated it here. And then we're going to send you that email. So the email that you provided with the PIN number there so that you can, in the same chat, whether this is WhatsApp, whether this is Messenger, web chat, Instagram, doesn't matter. This is omni-channel, Omni right now. It could be any channel. Boom, they're going to get the email. Or if you do a text message PIN, they'll get the text message PIN. That's fine. And then you're going to immediately send a message after that email is sent. Whatever channel that they're currently on, they're getting that next message, confirm your PIN number. So they're going to give you the PIN number that they got from the email, and it's going to check. Is it correct? Is it Gucci man, or is it not? And if it's good, they're going here. If it's not good, right, we need to accommodate for this, and then we'll be done with this guy. We're going to tell them straight up. Use a GIF. Nope. There you go. Nope. Sorry. Sorry, homie. That's not correct. Try again. Give them the 3 dots there. So then we can walk over here where it says continue. Right here, back to confirm your PIN. Maybe they need to give us the email address again. You know what I'm saying? We could allow them to do that as well. In this case, it's just give us your PIN. Okay. I think that hopefully helps this portion of things, right? Where you're making sure some people want to monetize their bots, say, okay, you can get 25 free questions, and I'm going to be just like Anthropic and OpenAI after that. I'm going to charge you a subscription to keep on chatting. This is a huge market for the right niche. You could totally do that, and you're in full control here, and you can validate things with your own system. Okay, so the next thing I'll show you really quickly, because this is again something from Facebook here. Let's look at this. Let's make a new flow to handle it. Let's say multi-message. Multi-message. Before that, I want to just make sure I do have that template there for you. If you click here, where you've got the question mark guy, we'll go to free templates. We've got, let's see, where's that prompt chain? So this is a prompt chain for removing unwanted characters like hashtags and stuff. Message routing, message checker, where's that? Okay, quick replies. Maybe we don't have one. Dynamic message routing. We might have to make one for this. One of you guys might have to make one for this. So I think that is what we'd have to do. We might have, I thought we had done one. Multi-message. Okay. So what's happening here is we're saying we don't want our bot to respond to every single message that we get. The one example I remember, it was is the message valuable or not? So like the person didn't want the bot to answer if it was just like a question mark or something. If it was not a valuable message, if that makes sense. If they're like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Send, then question mark send. In that case, I totally understand. Like it could be annoying depending on your brand or whatever you're trying to do to have both of those messages being responded to. So prompt chain handles that. So let's look at this. What we'll do is we'll start off with an add content actions. Open AI. Click on this guy. And we're gonna just be like, what we'll do, we'll respond first. Should that be what we do? We could respond first, or we could filter the thing out first. Maybe we'll filter it out first. You're a helpful assistant. Your goal is to determine if the message that was just sent to you is valuable or not. And this will determine if we respond or stay silent. Period. Please analyze the message and then choose yes if it is worth responding, and don't use any other words. The way that we'll understand it's worth responding to is it will not be jumbled up characters, incomplete sentences, punctuation only, and other irrelevant user messages. And so I'm going to hit copy. And because we all need to follow, in my opinion, the rule of show and tell, I'm going to try to do that for you now. I'll say, create some user and assistant messages based on the following. Great. So saying yes, yes, yes. If it says anything but yes. Okay. When it says no response, I'm going to say, instead of no response, just say no. Try again. You could do true, false if you wanted to, whatever makes you happy. It says no, try again. Okay. So it doesn't really matter so much, but I'm going to take these examples. Let's do one with, do two examples where the user message is just one character, like a period, and then another example where it's a question mark along with the ones you provided, so we can have 10 total examples. Because I'm too lazy to type two things now. That's what AI has done to me. So there it is, question mark and then a period or something like that. Yeah, period and question mark. So we have our 10 examples along with our instructions. Let's say make our instructions better too. So I'll say rewrite my instructions so that it's more condensed and logical and makes more sense instead of my redneck slang. All right, create user assistant messages, your goal. Okay. No, I meant instructions like when to say yes or no, and to analyze images, text messages sent from the user. Let's see if we get it right this time. Yep, perfect, dude. Yes. No, try again, or yes. Okay, so here's my instructions that have been revamped. So I'll go back here, paste it in my instructions, and I'm going to grab my examples. Okay, so here are my examples. Oops. Boom. And make sure I got everything here. Copy. All right. That looks good. Cool. So we're going to get basically a yes or a no. I'm going to say, I'll even might go a step further. Analyze the following message and say yes or no, comma, try again based on your instructions. And so what's happening here is I've given all the system prompt, the custom instructions here with my examples, show and tell. The user message, which is normally just last input, I'm just even being more strict in what I want it to do. Analyze the message, say yes or no, try again based on your instructions. And then boom, here's the message. And so I'm going to say add new, should I respond? I'm going to just say that, should I respond? Okay. And so then what am I going to do? I'm going to have a condition. So pop over here, and the condition is going to be, we're going to say, should I respond? And if it is yes, I'll say contains, just in case there's like they do use like apostrophes or something. Should I respond? If it's yes, then what I'll do is I'll have another AI action block next to handle the response. So it'll be something like this. It'll be and here what I can do. This is one thing I just thought of. In this OpenAI block, let's go ahead and use the generate text advanced. And the reason for that is we're going to turn remember conversation off. Set that to no. Then when we create our actual OpenAI action that's going to respond, we can leave that conversation history turned on to yes. So you don't even need to mess with it. And so your helpful assistant, and we'll just be like, you work for Barnes and Noble's, the bookstore, and your goal is to respond in a helpful sentence or two in an on-brand tone, but never ever talk about anything that's not related to Barnes and Noble's or the books that you sell. Otherwise, you're going to be fired. Okay, just had to be a little mean to the AI here. So now we can get actually a default reply cuff. So the user message is being sent here to the custom instructions. We're Barnes and Noble's bot now, apparently. I'll click continue, and then I'll just print the answer here. So here we'll just make a text block, and it's only going to respond to things that are relevant. For example, so your so a sense that they're not going to just like freak out and like screw up your tokens or your bot or whatever. So let's make sure we use our default reply. I think I should be good there. We'll have one more step. Default reply. So here, if it is no, like we could just be like, we don't respond to nonsense. Take that nonsense out of here. Dot. You could do that or not respond at all, maybe we could do both. What I'll do here is let's try both, actually, just because it'll be funny. I wanted to like say two things to me, maybe. Publish, and this is called multi-message. So this is our new default reply. So let's go to settings. Multi-message is our default reply now. OpenAI Auto GPT is turned off. And so now we can go to our flows here. Let's go to a welcome message. Get the link. Copy. Let's just paste it right here. And so we'll get a little welcome. What's up? Hey, who are you? And it should tell us, in this case, what is the answer? We work at Barnes & Nobles. I'm here to assist you with questions about McDonald's. Nope, Barnes & Nobles. And so now I'm going to be like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you can't see the thing I'm typing, sorry. Do you see what I just did? I typed in a bunch of nonsense. Okay, and what happened here? Take that nonsense out of here. So look, I'll just be like, question mark, send. Take that nonsense out of here. You see how that's working? All right. And so hopefully this is making sense to you. Let's look back at the flow. The multi-message. Here's what I can do. Here's what I can do. Here's what I'll do actually. I will make the bot wait for a couple seconds. How about that? Watch this. This will be good. What I will do is I'm going to have an action. This will be great. And I'll handle both things. 2 birds, 1 stone, then we'll be done. Because it's already probably been past an hour, hadn't it? I don't even know. Hopefully I'm still alive. I can't see the time. Action number 1. What are we going to do? We're going to, so we've got 2 messages potentially coming in. What I think we'll do here to make this pop off, we'll go to inbox. We're going to transfer the conversation to a human, I think is what we'll do. Transfer the conversation to a human immediately. Yes. I'm not going to notify an admin though. This is going to transfer the conversation to a human, and then I'm going to wait. I'm not going to do it like that. I'm going to wait with a waiting block maybe. So wait. I'm not going to wait an hour. We're going to wait seconds. We're going to wait 10 seconds. 10 seconds. And that'll give us time to like send like 3 or 4 messages to the bot, and it's going to be turned off. So step 1, turn off the bot and wait 10 seconds. Then we're going to generate the reply. Well, then what we'll need to do is reactivate the bot after those 10 seconds are up, is what we'll need to do. This is the critical part you don't want to forget. So actions, inbox, transfer the conversation back to the bot. So immediately when I send a message, the bot is going, transfer the conversation to the human. No humans being alerted though, because this is all according to plan. Follow me? Then we're waiting 10 seconds because we know that these are impatient people. They're going to be sending all sorts of stuff, right? So we're going to wait 10 seconds and then we're going to go activate bot. Now the conversation's been handed back over, so we can pass off the next block, which is literally just checking the last message that we received. Should we respond? Yes or no? And so here, what we'll do is instead of last input, we're going to say like this. We'll say, sometimes a user may send more than 1 message. And if you have not responded to a relevant message, or to make sure that you acknowledge both answers to both questions if necessary. And so because that sounded horrible, we're going to copy all that and tell Mr. ChatGPT to fix it. Make this sound way more better. Way more better. The robot's just going to be like, these stupid people. You're the helpful assistant for Barnes & Nobles. Your job is to respond in a friendly, on-brand tone. If a user sends multiple messages, make sure to address each relevant question in a helpful and appropriate way. Bet. Copy. And so here's how you achieve the last portion of the goal here. You'll say, only respond to messages that you haven't acknowledged that are worthy of a response. And I'm going to use a double bracket here type the word chat underscore history, chat history. And that I'll leave it there. I only need a period there. So I'm not going to look back at just the last input, because in case the user types some 3 messages, I'm going to look at the chat history instead and respond to all of them that way. So let's continue. That's all we need to do here. So in this case, what is happening? It's going to be a longer deal. And like, here's another thing that you can do before I run that actually. Let's do this. We're going to duplicate this guy 2 times because we don't want it to be 10 seconds every time. Maybe this is 8 seconds. And maybe this one's going to be 12 seconds, maybe. If you really want it to be natural, this is how you do it. We're going to have one additional action here. It's called split traffic. Okay, split traffic here. Oops, I'm zooming out everywhere here. And let's use our magic wand. So we're going to split traffic. Wait 10 seconds. Here's our first action. So, and then here's our split. I'll zoom in here again. It's a giant flow. So transfer conversation is first. Then we're going to move over to split traffic. And we're going to have 3 different options here at 3 different time intervals. I do want to label these guys, as annoying as that is. 10 secs and 10 sec. Copy 10. This will be 8. And what's the last one? 12. All right, so I've got that. Good. Let's go here and add in one more option. Add another variant. So this could be 50%, 50%, 50%. I mean, that doesn't necessarily have to add up. It's just going to basically be a flip of the coin every time. Maybe we make, I think we just leave it the way it is. It'll be fine. It's an equal chance, essentially, no matter what, is what this means. So what's going to happen is the message comes in. Hey, how are you? Immediately, bot is being transferred to the human now because we're going to wait and we're going to accommodate for multiple messages in case they come. We're going to split the traffic 50-50 for each of these different scenarios in which the bot will wait 10 seconds, 8 seconds, and 12 seconds before it becomes Frankenstein and resurrects itself, right? Ready to rock again. So we're waiting. Now it's back to the bot, ready to rock. Then we're going to generate text, but we're not generating the text that's sent to the user. Instead, we're just taking the last input here and we're determining, is this worth responding to, yes or no? If it is worth responding to, we're going to say yes. Now this is the action that's going to look back at the whole conversation, see what has not been responded to that's valid, hopefully acknowledge all the things, and then respond here. And if it is not worth responding to, it's going to say, take that nonsense out of here. Okay. Hopefully everybody follows me. So we do need to equal. I was afraid of that. We do need to equal things out. So one thing that we could do just to make things super duper easy, we just add one more option. Add one more option, make it 25. We do need to equal 100. It's been so long since I've used this exact. You can also do this prompting, you know. So like that's the way I like to do things. Doesn't really matter here. We're all good. Now we can publish this bad boy. And now I think we can try it out. Let's make sure that I make multi the default reply now. It is a default reply. Good. So let's go to the welcome. Get the link, copy. Let's try it. Welcome, how can I help you? Hey, how are you doing today? I have a couple of questions. So now it's going to wait for some seconds, right? Can you tell me what your favorite color is? I'm here to help you with Barnes and Nobles. My butt. So I can't even go fast. We're waiting 10 seconds and I can't even type as fast. I'm gonna have to make the delay longer. It looks like you have addressed your previous. Take that nonsense out of here. It's understood, dude. Like, this is not relevant. It's so funny. Let's increase the time because I'm like apparently not fast enough at like even thinking. If your people are really like sending messages like that, I don't know, man. They're like impatient, I think, because it's responding so fast. We'll just make everything 15 seconds too. We'll just like, I think you get the split traffic. Let's just make everything 15 seconds. And I'm going to just do away with the split traffic for now because you get the concept. But we're not trying to be as natural as possible, put it that way. We're just doing what we're doing. So we'll chill for 15 seconds. I'll like send a bunch of messages. All right, so refresh. Yo, what is your fave color, fave car, fave food? I spelled it wrong. So these are 3 messages. What's your favorite car, color, and food? And let's see what the response will be. Take that nonsense out of here, right? I have a question. Can you please help me? So this time I'm just going to say one thing. And it should respond nicely this time. It's like, it should be like, yeah, what do you need, man? I'm here to help you with Barnes & Noble stuff. Of course, I'm here. What do you have? I need to know, do you have any books that have pictures in them? In addition, do you have coloring books I can buy for my child and crayons that come with the book, question mark? So that's 2 questions. We should now get the answer. Yes, we've got something with pictures. And also, yeah, we got coloring books. That's what I would assume. It is our slam dunk moment. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. That's how you do it, man. Golly, it's so good. I don't even know what to say. CBB Nation, stand up. If you didn't know, now you know. This is how you do it. So look here. I just got way too crunk, but it's so real, man. I'm so strange, I guess. Look. Hey, I got a question. Can you help me? Of course I'm here to help. What you need, dude? I need to know, do you have any books that have pictures in them? In addition, do you have coloring books that I can buy? With crayons, one answer. Yes, we've got books that have pictures, such as picture books for children, arts, and photography collections. And additionally, we do have coloring books for kids. Some of them have crayons or colored pencils. The choice is yours. You decide. I hope that helped. I know that was dramatic. This is like late night delirious fun for me though. And hopefully it is fun for you. Yeah, I think that might do it. We got everything done. That's like 3 little things we might be able to chop up later. Did anybody go to sleep? Are we still people here? 51 minutes? Yeah, I see. I just went over an hour. Bro, I need to go. I'm the worst dancer of all time. Really bad. How would you prompt the bot to do always fun? You're always fun. When we doing our not necessarily morning hours, but office hours. You guys, like Kim and I will be doing some office hours soon enough. Ross, what up, Asta? He's on the beach right now. It's alive. This is black magic. It's beyond that. AI is way more powerful than black magic, dog. That was my slam dunk. Wendy, if you make that moment a GIF, I will come get you. I don't care if you're on the West Coast. Don't you make that a GIF, Wendy. I'm watching you. Oh man, too much fun. I think that might be it. I think we solved the problems though. That's the main concern because as much as fun as this stuff is to me, what's up, Mark? Mark's here. What's up, dude? And guess what? We're having Mark tomorrow. The word on the street is this new thing called Grok might be a thing tomorrow. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. You were the first person that showed us the RESTful API was available. I have already been playing with the Grok thing, by the way. If anybody wants the little app, I made a little app today, and I've got a spare key for some key members of CBB Nation. If you do want to try the Grok API before we introduce it tomorrow, we can totally let you have that. I think that'll be a important LLM, guys. On a ending note here, we will be introducing Grok most likely tomorrow. I've been messing with the API all day since Mark actually told us about it. Actually, here, Grok is the LLM inside of Twitter or X, whatever you prefer to call it, and it is going to be an important one because, not that I'm such a Musk guy. I do like Musk. Okay, everyone's got problems. Everyone's got faults. Whatever. He's done a lot of good in the world, and he's not totally proven to be evil just yet. I don't think. And he's got a lot to win against here. I think he's got a personal vendetta against Sam Altman and OpenAI. I don't think he likes to lose, and so I've been watching him for a long time. The thing that makes his AI different, and currently, guys, straight up, when you're looking at OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini, I don't even consider Meta right now in the equation, although they could totally do something. Zuckerberg is a clone now of a reinvented him. The cool Zuck is here with the curly Boy Meets World hair, whatever that is, right? Nobody knows that show anymore. They might do something at Meta. It makes me wonder, holy cow, they're able to just give away all this LLM goodness inside of Messenger and WhatsApp and Instagram to essentially do the same thing that a chat GPT would, but it doesn't feel professional like a chat GPT setting will feel. And so Facebook will never get around that. That's my thought. They're a player in the game though, and they're giving away a lot of stuff for free, and they're open sourcing things. So it's nothing but respect for them, and good for them. Musk, on the other hand, has got a vendetta. He doesn't want to lose or come out on a short end of any sort of deal, especially when you don't like someone. I don't think he likes Sam Altman at all. I don't think he likes a lot of people at OpenAI. And his AI is actually different. When you're looking at Gemini, Claude, and OpenAI, it's hard for people really deep in this space to really give you, here's the differences outside of the benchmarks. You understand? This has been my thought even before we had additional LLMs so freely like we do today. When it was just OpenAI, eventually I was like, where's the moat? Where's their guard? How do they protect themselves from emerging competition like an Anthropic that just boom came out there? We were all waiting for Google. So you got Anthropic and Google, and then you got Meta Mark with his little stuff, free, okay, with API stuff. It's just not REST API, so we don't use them right now. And then boom, here comes Musk, going all in this game. And his AI is not uncensored. This is that's not true. It does have guardrails. It does have weights in place, but I think they're more open with them, and it is far less censored. It doesn't mean it's uncensored. It is far less censored. So what that means is, and as a brand, you're gonna either love this or hate this probably. So think of this, this polo here. OpenAI and Gemini and Claude, if you ask them for a polo shirt with the polo logo on it, 9 times out of 10, it is not going to give you that logo. And in fact, Claude's going to berate you and tell you you're a piece of crap for even asking that, and tell you to go sit in the corner and then not want to talk to you the rest of the day. That's shout out to you, Claude dev team. Y'all got to get that together, because you're never going to get a product where you're making people mad with the responses of the refusals, especially when there's an error on a refusal. But I get the point. OpenAI is a little bit better, but they're not going to totally do it. You tell that thing to Grok, you're going to get the image that you want with a perfectly placed horse right where it's supposed to be. It's freaky. Even lesser known companies and brands, ask for this product X, Y, or Z. It might not get the product image right, but if that logo has been on the internet for a while, I've seen it with my own eyes, it'll show up perfectly. And it's surprising how accurate it is. And this stuff's only going to get better. I mean, the guy bought 100,000 of these GPUs that are $40 grand a pop, something insane like that. If you're building this and we're not even using that yet, imagine 100 times the power that you currently have as an end user. That's where we're heading. Anyways, I think that It's a fun time to be in AI. Shout out to all the new agencies that have hopped aboard. CBB Nation, we love you guys, and we're here to help you in every single way that we can. And we'll be doing this for a long time. The interest and the investment in AI, whether it go from the larger LLM companies, that's not my concern. The trickle down effect, if you will, from the abilities that these giant behemoth companies have given us, we're the ones that are powerful now. You're the ones that are powerful now. We've democratized everything. You've got all of the ways to leverage margin, your expertise, and you're doing things that have never been done. You're writing the rule book as you go, setting the standards and breaking the goals every single day, breaking the goals, breaking the records. And with that, it's getting a little late, so I'm out. Thanks for hanging out with me, CBB Nation. Peace.